What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, and before I begin, just a quick reminder, we will be hosting live streams on our channel each Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday for the remainder of the fantasy season. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, is a waiver show or any other general questions you may have. Saturday and Sunday, start sit help. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern, taking you up to the games. Come hang out, come get any questions answered you may have about your lineup. We hope to see you there. Now on to some potential options as far as ads for Week 14 waivers. Let's get right into it. At quarterback, if you're not playing in Superflex leagues, if you're streaming a quarterback, maybe you have Jalen Hurts on a bye or someone else in a tough matchup, there's a decent chance Ben Roethlisberger is available. No, it's not pretty, and Roethlisberger is pretty much a shell of his former self. All but seeming to understand that, as reports are starting to come out that Big Ben will in fact retire after the 2021 season. If this is it for Ben, you know he's at least going to want to go out with some good games, right? While a short week is never ideal, Roethlisberger gets the very beatable Vikings secondary Week 14. He's got great weapons, especially stud Deontay Johnson, so there's more than enough here for Ben to come through. Keep an eye on the status of Chase Claypool, of course. He's battling turf toe, but is tentatively expected to play. As long as Ben has his full complement of pass catchers, he should be just fine as a high-end QB2. At running back, just want to quickly note, monitor the Damien Harris injury. It looked like he came up lame in Monday night's win against the Bills. Could be a hamstring injury if he has to miss. Rhamondre Stevenson should already be owned in every league, and at this point has absolutely turned this backfield into a timeshare anyway. If Harris has to miss Week 15, remember the Patriots are on bye this week, Rhamondre will be an instant plug-and-play RB2 in all formats. I think Brandon Bolden is worth a look on waivers. Obviously, you won't get his services this week, so not for a high waiver priority. And anyway, I think this is Stevenson's backfield if Harris is out. So absolutely make sure Stevenson is not available. If you need a running back for Week 14, it's possible the Tennessee backfield was dropped due to the Titans' Week 13 bye. Both Dontrell, Hilliard, and Foreman have flex appeal this week against the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars, who just allowed Sony Michel to gash them for 121 rushing yards and a score. You can fire either Hilliard or Foreman up if either are on the wire and you need a back. Another guy who is likely hovering around, say, 40 to 50% ownership is Mike Davis. He might be more likely owned than not, but if someone dropped him, he's logging a decent snap share and turned that into 69 total yards, nice, and a touchdown in Week 13. Again, someone may already be stashing and hoping on Davis, but he can be picked up and played if you're RB needy and he's available, despite the bad matchup this week. Digging even a little deeper, it's time to take a look at Carlos Hyde. James Robinson is banged up and has been ineffective trying to play through injuries. It wasn't pretty, but Hyde turned 9 carries into 24 yards and a score this past week. It's a brutal matchup against Tennessee's front, but if you're looking this far down for running back help, you'd probably just be happy if all Hyde is able to do is fall forward for a score. At wide receiver, there's a couple options here. The Packers are coming out of their bye, so check to see if Marquez Valdes-Scantling is still available. Aaron Rodgers' deep threat has 19 total targets in his past 2 games and gets a struggling Bears secondary this week. Valdes-Scantling could be good for a big play if you need an upside option at wideout. If Valdes-Scantling is scooped, the hot waiver name this week is likely to be KJ Osborn. Osborn filled in for the Vikings after Adam Thielen was forced from the game due to injury. Thielen's not looking good to play on a short week with Minnesota hosting the Steelers on Thursday night. Justin Jefferson's going to be a top 5 option at the position this week, like he is most weeks. But someone is going to have to take advantage of likely one-on-one coverage, as Pittsburgh probably does what it can to show extra coverage Jefferson's way. Osborn would appear to be the favorite for that role, and there's nothing scary about the matchup, especially if Joe Hayden has to miss another game for the Steelers. Going even deeper, guys like Josh Reynolds and Jamison Crowder look like good end-of-season stashes. Reynolds has emerged as Detroit's top option at wide receiver, totaling 4 catches for 69 yards on 7 targets against Minnesota. Once again, nice. He's got a tough couple matchups on the slate, but has some deep league streamer appeal if you're playing in the fantasy semifinals Week 16. As for Crowder, this is simple. Corey Davis is out for the rest of the year. That means Crowder likely slots into a more full-time role with rookie Elijah Moore. It might be rough sledding some weeks, but Zach Wilson put up 3 scores against the Eagles Week 13. Maybe he's rounding into form a bit as the Jets bring their season to a close. But Crowder is a reliable enough option in PPR leagues if you could use a deep stream. At tight end, check if Ty Conklin is available. Similar to Osborn, Conklin should see increased run Thursday night with the Vikings likely down Adam Thielen. Not to mention, Dalvin Cook is unlikely to play once again. It's not a good matchup by the numbers, but Conklin is very much a part of the Vikings' passing attack. He had 7 catches for 56 yards on 9 targets against the Lions, and he should see a similar role if Thielen has to miss. If Conklin is owned, a potential backup plan is Ricky Seals-Jones. Logan Thomas's MRI status is currently up in the air after it was originally thought that he tore his ACL, which could still be a possibility. But head coach Ron Rivera came out and said this hadn't yet been determined. Regardless, even if Thomas avoided an ACL tear, this diagnosis sounds bad enough to conclude Thomas will miss at least 1 week. That puts Seals-Jones back up on the streaming radar, and he's got some beautiful matchups to end the season if, in fact, Thomas has to miss extended time. As far as some team defenses, check and see if the Packers and Titans are available. Both are coming out of their bye week. Both have great matchups. The Packers play the Bears at home. The Titans host the Jaguars. Both great matchups. Both should do just fine if you need a Week 14 defense stream. That's all I have for some potential options as far as waiver wire ads for Week 14. Who's available in your league? Who are you targeting? Let us know. We can have a conversation about this. Till then, this is Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, producing fantasy content for you each and every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.